Today, we'll be looking at the top 5 best archetypes. Coming in at number 5, we have a stretch big. This position is really good because it can shoot, you can play with a glass cannon, you can play with a playmaker. But the only reason why it came so high on the list is because there was a lot of shooting patches. They made the stretch bigs not shoot as good, and you can't really play with a lot of positions with them. You can only play with a glass cleaner and a playmaker. You can't really set that much good screens, and there's nothing really overpowered with them. But yeah, this comes at number 5 because basically those reasons. Coming in at number 4, we have a Sharpshooter. This is a really good archetype, but you gotta know how to build it, and you gotta be from the right affiliation. So like, let's say you made a 6'2", 6'1" Sharpshooter that can speed boost, but you gotta be from Sunset, be able to speed boost. So that's the only reason why it came kind of high on this list also. This is like a position that you have to play with a glass cleaner with, but other than that, peace. Coming in at number 3, we have a point forward / playmaker. They're kind of the same thing. This came at number 3 because it can do ISO, you can carry people, you can do picks, you can play with almost every position if you know how to carry. I played with a Sharpshooter the other day. We went on a streak because you can carry, like you can like dribble, you can become a dribble guy, you can break people's ankles, you can create a lot of space. There's a lot of things that you can't do with this archetype. You can do pretty much everything. Coming in at number 2, we have a shot creator. This is probably the most underrated position and archetype in the game. This shit is OP. Like, if you know how to use a shot creator, it's OP. The only reason why a lot of people, I think, don't use it because the badges are kind of hard to get. Like, the badges are extremely hard to get. I think they're like probably the hardest badge grind in the game. The badges are hard to get. You can only play with like a glass cleaner, you feel me? Like, it's kind of like, it's good, but at the same time there's a lot of bad to it. But this is definitely the most overpowered, you know, position in the game. It's so cheesy. A bad player can be good with a shot creator. A lot of people say it doesn't take a lot of skill to play with a shot creator. That could be true, but it does. Coming in at number 5, we have the glass cleaner. This is what makes the Sharpshooters who they are. This is what makes the shot creators who they are. This is what makes the stretch bigs who they are. This position is so good, bro. It's so good. You can play with any position in the game. You can play with Sharpshooters, you can play with shot creators, you can play with playmakers, point forwards, stretch bigs, you can play with slashers. Like, there's not a lot of things that you can't play with it other than a lockdown and a couple of post score and shit like that. But this is so crazy. This is the most overpowered picks I've ever won in my fucking life, bro. I took a lot of L's off of this position. This shit is crazy. This shit's overpowered with them picks. The badges are easy to get. It's just a great position overall. It's a great thing to have. But yeah.